Cancer, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What is good with you? It is time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the first week of November. November week 1. So it's a weekly check-in. So it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, the link to my website, tarotwithrich.com, is down here in the description of this video. Most people prefer my general personal readings. They are very inexpensive and budget friendly, and they're quick, simple, easy, and to the point. You ain't got to ask me nothing. You ain't got to tell me nothing. If you don't want, you can, but all you really have to do is click what you want me to read and let me do the rest. I do offer a lot more than that, though, and you can read up on everything else I have to offer on my website. Link is in the description. All right, let's hop into this. Let's see how the energies look in between Cancer and the person they're dealing with, universe. How's the energy looking? Ooh, Ace of Wands. Hang on. This might be headed somewhere good, possibly. Ah, but the Four of Wands is reversed. Ah, well, and the Ten of Swords. Knight of Cups. No, I'm glad I didn't speak on that too early. This kind of tells me that something completely new is coming in. Something completely and totally new, something different. And when it comes to this person you're dealing with, I guess once something new comes in, you're making a decision to slam the door shut on this and just throw in the white towel. Because it seems like not only is something new coming in, but something much, much better than the person you're dealing with, is how it looks at least. Oh, King and Queen of Cups? Knight and Page of Cups? Yeah, you definitely slamming the door shut on this and moving on from it. I don't know, some of y'all have a lot of options available to you. Okay, well, that's about all I can say about that, man. Some of y'all dealing with a Saggy. Who else I got here? Is that it? That's it. Oh, it could be a fellow Cancer, but I feel like that's your energy, just putting the brakes on this whole situation. So, well, if I might throw some personal advice out there, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But don't get with a new person with the intention of distracting yourself from something that needs to be healed. Don't do that. That's no different than running to the bar and getting drunk. Running to the dope man and getting high. It's no different. No different. That energy is going to come back up to the surface at some point. It absolutely is. So just make sure you're still working on healing it and releasing it. Anyway, well, let's see how this person feels about you. What are their feelings, energies, and intentions? This deck's getting a tood. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ace of Wands again. It's looking like they're trying to start new and start fresh too. Ace of Swords reversed. They don't know how to approach you. I think they want closure. I think they want the silence broken, but they want you to be the one that does it, of course. But I mean, if anything, I think they just want to start new, start fresh, put this behind them, bury it, stuff it away, forget about it, and just move on like it never happened. Not smart, not a smart way to handle it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So obviously, if they have to make a strong, concerted effort to try to bury something and forget about it, that means they have feelings for you. If they had no feelings and they've moved on from this and released this, they wouldn't have to try to do that. You know? So, yeah. Okay. Obviously, they feel some type of way. But for some reason, they just don't really have the faith that this would ever become anything successful. Let's get the advice here. Let's see if this deck wants to cooperate now. What's the advice? Ooh, Lovers reversed. Okay. Okay. Well, we already talked about that. First and foremost, before you think about doing anything, what comes first? Above a new relationship, above an old relationship. What comes first is healing. The primary law is the law of vibration. If you don't heal, no matter what you do, it's going to fail. No matter what you do. But I'm thinking for a lot of you, a conversation between you and this person could be beneficial. I think it could. I don't think it's going to be the end all be all. But if you talk to this person at the right time, when the two of you have done, or when you have done just the right amount of healing, it could help you release a lot of energy. A lot. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it. And then after that, if you release enough of it, the rest of it kind of falls into place. And it transmutes itself, basically. Other than that, though, now I know that's not all of you, because for some of you, it's not been enough time for that. For those of you dealing with a fairly recent situation, let a little bit more time pass, but be careful jumping into a new relationship and letting that distract you from it. I'm not saying don't get in a new relationship. Not saying that. Just keep in mind that this issue is going to need to be healed. So we want to categorize. This is my new relationship, and this right here is the past. And I need to keep in mind that from time to time, I'm going to need to reflect on this. And honestly, though, one of the best ways to transmute a past person is through a new person. It's one of the best, quickest, easiest ways to do it. But it's not going to happen if you just bury it, stuff it away, and forget about it. All right, let's see how it's looking between the single Cancers and their love interest. How's it looking? First week in November 2025. Oh, no decision is being made. That's one of the most common cards to come through, between that and the Two of Swords. 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. A lot of hanging around waiting with no decision being made. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm seeing you all still in communication. Communication's very poor, though. I'm not saying that there is no communication, but it needs to improve big time. Because this is just stuck at a standstill. Oops. Stuck at a standstill, not moving forward at all. So hopefully you haven't been dealing with this person too long. For those of you who have, though, if you've been dealing with this situation 6 months, that sets the precedent. Once you see how a connection is rolling in the first 2 to 3 months, that will set the precedent for the rest of that connection. So, yeah, it looks like it's dead in the water. Not moving. No decision being made. All right. Well, some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Leo. Could be a fellow Cancer for some of you. Oh, got Saggy hiding in there too. All right, let's see how they feel about you. How does this person feel about Cancer, universe? What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Sun card. That came out in the last spread, too. 2 more. Six of Swords. 2 of Swords. They have no idea what the hell they want. But I'll tell you one thing, they're still having a very hard time moving on from someone that I think has nothing to do with you. Yep. Having a real hard time. It doesn't really look like they're trying to settle down right now, man. It does not. It absolutely does not. Page of Cups, 7 of Swords. Looks to me like they're just trying to play around. I don't know. This is hard to explain because this is one of those types of things where it's like, I don't know if I want to settle down. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. Until then, I'm just going to play around and play games. And then maybe I'll stumble upon something successful doing that, you know? Stupid. But they are still very hung up on somebody from the past. Having a very difficult time moving on from that. A very difficult time. 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups reversed. Death card. Yeah. All right, well, let's grab the advice. Advice, advice. What is the best advice? What's the advice? Page of Swords. Hang on. 2 more. Page of Pentacles reversed. Try not to let this turn into a sex-based connection. If you haven't been sexually intimate with this person, be careful with that. But I think it's about time to have that conversation. What are we and where are we going with this? I think it's about time. I wouldn't let this go to Thanksgiving if I was you. Still dangling in the ether of eternity. I wouldn't. It's time to have a conversation. Where is this going? Are we doing this or are we not? No beating around the bush. At least make a plan, like those of you dealing with a long distance connection. I know there's some of you. Well, then let's at least plan what we're doing. Can we make a plan? Are we making this official? Make a plan to come together? I'm not just going to hang here and just keep waiting. You shouldn't have to wait. Well, you shouldn't have to wait at all, honestly. Like, at all. But if you're going to wait, 30 days. 60 days max with some rare exceptions, but 30 days. If this isn't going anywhere in 60 days, that's the universe telling you no. That's the universe telling you no, if this ain't going nowhere in 60 days. So I would either recommend having that conversation or skedaddle on your own. You know? Because if you don't, I mean, every day that passes, this is weighing on you heavier and heavier and heavier. and tying you tighter to the karmic wheel. And I mean, there are so many other amazing options out there for you, that staying locked into this energetic frequency is trapping you. And the longer you stay attached to an energetic frequency, the tighter it ties you to that energetic frequency, and the harder it is to shake up out of it and move into the next vibration. The primary law is the law of vibration. If you want to attract different, you have to vibrate different. And you're not going to vibrate different while you are attached to something or someone that is weighing you down, holding you back, and not serving your highest good. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. Y'all who are celebrating, have a safe and happy Halloween. Don't do nothing too stupid. And I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.